Thank you very much, Puckett. And wow, a first for many of us. First time in 10 years. You called it earlier, mate. A new era of Call of Duty begins today. An exciting one at that. And wow, man, I'm excited to see how this team goes. Chance, we've been talking about it to no end for so long now. And they're going up against a very, very tough opponent. Seattle Surge on the downward trend, but that doesn't make them any less dangerous. Let's find out how this one goes. Many, many people across the internet waiting to see how this one explodes. I cannot wait.
Hey, it's truly too many different threads to even like pull on, just for like the emotional heartstrings of just the like strangeness of not being able to cast over Scump when OpTic is playing on the map. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic. Obviously, more interesting dynamics. You got the Zeo trio back together where they won a world championship last time. They were all in the same thing. You get Dashy off the team, back on the team, good vibes, bad vibes. I have no idea, but if I understand anything about competition, winning solves all problems. And at least when Scump left, he did lead this team on a very positive note. They got their initial win against the Boston Breach. That's how they've started off this split. So they're in a strong spot, at least initially. And on the flip side for Seattle, 0-2 right now. The team that got second place at Major 1 right now is staring down the barrel of a potential losers bracket start at Major 2. So got one team on a decent note, one team kind of down in the dumps, and this is the series that's going to change either narrative.
Find out how it goes. For those who are just joining us, welcome. What a day it has been. What a weekend it's been for Call of Duty news, and now we get to find out how this new roster looks. Armchair analysts will be going wild, no doubt about it, but here we go. The debut of the brand new OpTic Texas roster.
And we get them on Bagger Fortress as well for the hard point. Seattle are absolute demons on this map, and it's because good side, bad side, it does not matter where Seattle shine on this map. It is their breaks. They are the best team in the game at breaking hills by a wide margin. So even if they start in a bad potential spawn trap situation, you know they're going to get out.
So far, Seattle holding on that hard point. Good work there out of iLLeY. Kills coming his way now. We're going to see a short break and a bit of a flip over. No one off from Seattle Surge, able to get to the top left-hand side. P2, that's the aim of the game for now. And iLLeY looking for fifth in a row. Not going to get it. Mack's going to be there. A little too hot on the hands. And Huke now getting into the mix, into the kill feed. Nice work. Gets himself a few more. Deddy popped. OpTic doing a lovely job keeping map control for now.
And we get to test that theory early on, right? The breaks for Seattle Surge, because OpTic fully clear and set up and getting the initial kills as well before P2 actually starts. And nice little two-piece right there from Huke. That is a 4 spree for him. And for Seattle, the players that have success are Civ and Pred. So if your SMGs can't keep up, you're going to have a bad time. But Huke so far absolutely delivering. Nice little 5 spree. OpTic with some strong time.
Time back in the hands. Looking for the contest now. Seattle Surge making their way forward. Good big kills there once again from iLLeY, the man in the feed right now for OpTic. Holding it down. 2 players there on the point, soaking time. iLLeY pushing forward. 4 spree for him now. We're talking about players who need to step it up, and he's the man getting it done. Can he take care of Mack as well? It's huge.
Come on.
Kills keep going. Oh, nearly. Maybe gets the tags into Pred. Not enough though, but either way, hard point hands still in OpTic's control. Now you're going over towards New and Shotzzy. Can he find how many kills out of this? This would be sensational for OpTic Texas. Oh,
I mean, more than sensational. This is as good as it gets, in Shotzzy fries with number 3 as well. You talk about Seattle being good on the breaks, but how good is OpTic right now on these rotations? A clinical effort over towards New, but maybe actually a couple scattered spawns coming through, so the work is on Shotzzy. He just delivers.
6 in a row. Disgusting work. OpTic Texas hold down the hard point. Pace has been set early on here on Fortress. Can Seattle Surge fight their way back into this one? Again, a very difficult hard point to get inside and break. You got to watch out for those spawn flips towards the halfway point, and that's what we're looking for now. Seattle Surge, 3 players through Arch, and Shotzzy, it's a perfect read. It's a perfect shot out of Anthony Cuevas Castro. Gets another couple of kills. It's 8 in a row now.
He's going to be the thorn in their side. He has locked himself in a prison because this will be his new home for the next 20 seconds. He is looking to pierce the setup of Seattle, who want to get set up over towards New, but a hiding spot like this, if Shotzzy times it perfectly and gets that initial kill for the break, OpTic are going to be in an even sweeter position.
A dangerous man to be locked away like that, but for now, look, everyone on Seattle Surge, they know Shotzzy's out somewhere. They don't quite know where yet. His teammates finding kills in the feed. Right now, Seattle Surge are in a great spot. They still have to contend with this play. And this will be it in a moment. Sib's in the feed. Eyes up. Oh, good work there. CL Surge, stay alive. This should be a sweet chunk of time, and time they sorely need.
Yeah, that is a big heads-up moment right there for Seattle. Right down massively in the score line. If Shotzzy was able to break that, the game, maybe it already has spiraled, but certainly would have gotten way more out of control. But Surge with an opportunity. You got a player like Simp heating up as well. He's going to be on a 5, so you're looking for the bounce back. And that feed, for the first time in a long time, Seattle has at least attempted to dominate. And all of a sudden, Dashy picks up 2. The trades are in, and just like that, OpTic break. Maybe only for the final 20 seconds, but that is 20 seconds they'll be happy to collect.
And it was the assault rifle of accuracy, keeping his boys in it for a moment. For now, Silence pinned down. Pred. Big work on the 2-piece there, not able to get any more out of it. Over towards the blacksmith we now go. The anvil will be hot, and these players are striking. OpTic Texas still leading the kill feed, leading the time. A lot of work now still to be done for Seattle Surge. Hard points up, it's in their hands, trophies are down, and here comes their hit. Huke right through the front door. Cracks open the first set of kills. Pressure now on, and it's good looks out of Seattle. Kill feeds all theirs.
Hey, look at that, by the way. The aggressive setup, they put so much pressure on the P2 left-hand side of the map that OpTic are now spawning out, and this is where Seattle could try to set up a spawn trap, but look who's behind enemy lines. It's Shotzzy causing problems, making these players look in different directions, and trying to get you to make sure you can make it out. And funnily enough, Shotzzy actually just spawns out as well. So a lot of work being done by OpTic to make sure you don't end up stuck in this trap. And hey, if you can get the time on P5, even better.
Sweet 2B set from Shotzzy Dash as well. I mean, I want to give a lot more love there to Simp. 15 and 10. He has been slaying his heart out since the map begun. Back and forth we go in the kills department here on the hard point. It is nearly finished, though. We're looking towards a new one. The bottom side of the map. This is the second set of hard points, as you can see from the scoreline, approximately halfway. Great work out of OpTic Texas. Map control once again theirs. Huke's flying solo here, though. No one to help him out. Pred's going to punish him for that. And now, hard points, Seattle Surge.
And just keep in mind for the situation we have on the map, again, the left side spawns is where you want. That is where OpTic kept control of P2 early on. But it is Huke, or excuse me, Shotzzy that put them in this situation. Like, we credit the guy for the movement all the time, but he was the one that stayed alive in the archways when he got gifted his spawn and kept his team on that side of the map. So it's the high IQ plays on top of the movement as well. But at the same time, it's like an 80 or 90 point lead that Seattle Surge has just been chipping away at. And so far, they've strung together a very strong P1.
Looking strong indeed. P1, not an easy hard point to find a lot of time on. Still, this is what you have to see for Surge is that top left-hand side. That's where they're going. That's where Shotzzy is. Trophies are here. How many can he get? The first had. Sweet work. Can Shotzzy stay alive? This is a very important moment right now for OpTic Texas for Surge. This is to keep the game in hand. It's a 1v1. It's a big one. And iLLeY, to save the day, keeps map control in the hands of OpTic Texas. That is huge.
And if you have the map control, you better make sure that you get good use out of it, because it might just get chipped away. A couple of those players actually spawn towards the left side, and it's only one player, Huke, that spawns out. And I say spawns out. He might just spawn in on the pinch, but for the moment, OpTic, you do have to swarm the hill. You don't have a red dot on the mini-map, so you're going to feel that pain, and you feel the pain of the flank as well. You don't have the hill control, but Seattle have fought tooth and nail just to keep this P2 mixy.
P2 mixy indeed. The scoreline's still close, but you've got OpTic in the lead. A perfect time now, for the first time, to go for a listen-in with OpTic Texas.
You might hit close, you might hit close. We gotta hold him. Yo, get them holding. Open on me. Yo, we gotta back up, we gotta back up, we gotta back up. No, he got me open. He's just holding open, he's just holding open.
Yo, what's P1?
He's in the close right corner.
Yo, watch out maps. Watch out maps. Yo, two going up front.
One shot on the gate, one shot on the gate. Save.
I'm going top single.
He ran top close, he ran top close. Or top circle, top circle.
Are you? Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the truck.
We need to go gate here, guys. Go gate, come gate.
I don't see him in the back. I don't see him in the back.
He's top stunned, top stunned.
He's close right. He's blind box.
Top right, top right, me.
I'm gonna go front.
I need it. Yeah, we go front. Yeah, we go front. One guy's behind me, P1.
Nice P1.
When we are.
He's still P1?
I don't see him P1.
One guy's top five, guys. Top five in time. I'm front of the L.
I don't see time.
Stop. Nice, good shot.
Sit on it.
Sit on.
Top plat, one shot, Sib.
Yeah, close hill.
Sib was one shot plat.
He went back to the point. The guy's
I think one guy spawned out.
Back railing, watch in front right now.
I'm in front quick.
In it.
I have a trophy.
Where's top five?
No, he's holding him in front. He's holding him in front. He's still there.
Just trap. We can pull 6.
Okay. Play the trap.
Dude, stop playing smart right here, guys.
Yeah.
Get real here.
Yeah.
One guy's top pot dead. But yeah,
Good comms chance and a great call there. The final words we have from Dashy. Hold them in here. We get a full 60 on the next.
They better, because I mean, Surge has completely turned the tides. They have been on a massive tear. I mean, OpTic had like 120 to 20 point lead, and since then the run Surge have gone on has been utterly ridiculous. You try to trap these players in, but I'm already seeing number one on the minimap, Simp. He's at least gotten towards bottom Max. He's going to be working with Mack on the right side, but Shotzzy is there, doesn't matter, gets gunned. No trap set up in Seattle, where they're out and about now.
Mack melts him, flying in the point. iLLeY trying to hold it down, gets two out of it. Wow, Pred though immediately gets two of his own, and right into the feed. The Thunder from down under locks down the outside. Now the time taking a Surge.
Oh, that is such a dagger moment, because now Surge have to do the easy thing. They just gotta hold on. If everybody's flooding through the right side, Pred could be there to chop them all down, but big gunfight win by iLLeY. At least now you're able to pierce through the back, but you got accuracy on the ground with the Vaznev. Getting kills like that. Surge now about 10 seconds away from winning this game, and frankly, they have the clearance, they have the goods, and they have just strung together one of the best comebacks we have seen on this map. As long as they can get that 250 final tick, and it's not quite yet, but it should be there eventually.
One more second remains, and we truly do enter a new era of Call of Duty. If accuracy is flying around with submachine guns, it's raiding cats and dogs, pandemonium in the streets, and now Seattle Surge take the first in the series.
Avi, that is legit like a 230 point to 15 run or something. That is absolutely bonkers of the comeback Seattle just made. And it's kind of crazy, because I think the hill where Seattle started putting things together was on the second set of rotations, the P1. They got a near full 60 on that like first hard point hill. That's usually difficult to stay alive. It's not contest heavy necessarily, but it's just an uncontested hill. OpTic wanted those spawns for P2 so badly that they traded away that time, and then Seattle instantly on the break towards P2 just broke it down. I mean, Mack was picking up a big 2-piece as well. And ever since that moment, Seattle truly never looked back. And I mean, we called out a few players for a reason. Sib has like a 1.49 KD or something insane on this map. He delivers once again, leads the lobby in slaying, leads the lobby in damage, and that is just Sib doing Sib things. And obviously Pred and Mack not too far behind.
Yeah, crazy. We gave a little tip to Sib earlier on, but he finished incredibly strong. Strong start from OpTic as well when it comes to the hard point here. We saw a very, very electrifying opener, but not enough quite in the tank chance once Seattle Surge got things going. And I would imagine that's to be expected. Again, OpTic Texas brand new roster. They haven't had that much practice, of course, with Dashie and Huke in the squad now. So yeah, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but whatever we're looking at, great work from Surge. An important comeback for them after what has been a very dry couple of series.
And honestly, you know, you could talk about so many different moments for Seattle, because you had Pred picking up 3 pieces, but how about the awareness to find Shotzzy when he put himself in that cage? And like, that could have been the moment of the game where OpTic could have just extended their lead further, but that's where Seattle at least stopped the bleeding and sort of stabilized just a little bit. And yeah, I mean, just shows the whole different ways around. There's the Pred 3 piece we were looking for early on. I mean, it sort of just is an overwhelming force. I mean, Seattle now 4-1 on this map. Funnily enough, I mentioned the best comeback that we've seen on this one. It's either this map from Seattle or when Atlanta FaZe beat Seattle and made more than a 100-point comeback as well. So the name of the games on Outbagger Fortress Hardpoint is definitely runs. And Seattle goes on a crazy one there to start their series off right.
And see how the rest of the series goes. Embassy Search and Destroy coming up next. aBeZy Control for map number 3 and a Hotel Fortress to close out the series should we have to get past the hump map. Seattle Surge looking to get this done as fast as they possibly can. And exciting again, just many questions. How the hell does this new OpTic roster go in Search and Destroy? Expecting this team on paper to look very, very dangerous indeed. Control, again, a very difficult game mode when it comes to coordination. We'll see how these guys fare. Again, relatively low amount of practice as a 4 for now. Of course, Scum, we thank you for everything, big man. We hope you're enjoying that retirement already. I'm sure the watch party is popping. But for now, eyes on the youngsters, eyes on the new boys. Let's see how they do.
And, you know, a low amount of experience in this game in like a high, like, you know, pressure environment, for sure. Not a lot of scrims, but just chemistry that the players on OpTic should have should be almost endless. Like the number of S&D tournaments these guys used to run for years back in the day, on top of the fact that, again, the Zeo trio won a world championship together. So, you know, as far as like roster swaps go, they're never fun. It's never easy, especially not when you lose a player like Scump. But as far as natural chem goes, OpTic should have that in spades. So it'll be a fun dynamic watching these guys in Search and Destroy, because so far this year, pretty much the only theme for OpTic and Search and Destroy has been iLLeY with the sniper. On maps like aBeZy specifically, where that is almost like the entirety of the game plan for OpTic, that's where they have their most success. I think iLLeY, when he's sniping, OpTic is winning about 53% of the rounds in Search. When he's not sniping, they're only winning about 38%. So they rely on iLLeY to snipe, and don't get me wrong, he delivers. But I'm thinking for Seattle, my game plan is to just either counter snipe or play around iLLeY, and if you can manage that, you should have a better time. But I say better time for a team that's on a 5 S&D loss streak, so we'll see what Seattle can do.
See if they can change it. Sib is going to be on the counter snipe for now. He's going to be running the big boomstick. As OpTic have taken an aggressive open here, Pred should be able to get a read here. Will he see Shotzzy just beneath him? The barrel of his gun will obscure the view. If that door cracks, and here it comes. At diddly doodly, back and forth we go. A very awkward engagement. The bomb's already been planted, and Huke's got a first blood.
That is a perfect first blood to get as well. If you can get the bomb down and survive, you've already done your job. If you get a kill on top of it, you might have just won your team the round. And you get the snipe off, but iLLeY's not forced to peek just yet, because, I mean, Huke's got bomb, Dashy's got the flank. OpTic right now have everything on lock. An absolute stranglehold, and the snipe off won by iLLeY as well. The cherry on top to end that round. And, I mean, that is a clinical way to kick off your embassy. No reliance needed on the sniper. Everybody doing their job.
Yeah, huge work. Everyone played their part there brilliantly. An aggressive plant. Perfect control on the map. Everybody got their kills. Nice start there from OpTic Texas. The rebound. Now, we're going to see what Seattle Surge can do on offense for them. Stunned somewhat by that. Lightning fast opener chance. And again, Snipes certainly played their role. Not as devastatingly aggressive as they have been. But this time, iLLeY will keep an eye on him with that sniper rifle as well. Sib, I would imagine, looking for the same thing there. He's number 1 on the minimap, and here comes the fight.
Ooh, might be a little dance battle. That window's open, and ooh, I thought it was going to get closed, and there you go. No fear of the sniper, and maybe no fear of death as everybody falling one by one. You get both first bloods, you get the bomb down to the worst spot possible, and you already know a guarantee Mack is going to be that bomb carrier. So OpTic, they know exactly what's up, and unfortunately no angle there. So you lose Shotzzy, but you still have the man advantage.
It might be the worst place possible for that bomb to go down as well. And Shotzzy and Huke, they were set up to watch over it now. Pred has managed to catch one of those problems out. Deddy popped. iLLeY has the backline covered, but you're not going to be able to spot this one. Red's made a bit of noise, but not too much. Ah, there's the read from Dashy up top. Good work with attack. All down at accuracy 1v3.
Yeah, again, that natural chemistry. I think Huke was the one that heard Pred cross initially, gives out the call-outs. Dashy can watch the push. And Dashy can gun you to bed for the final kill as well. Once again, I mean, back-to-back rounds that are absolutely clinical on the side of OpTic. Everybody doing their jobs. The comms are perfect. The shots are clean. And that time it might not have been a snipe-off battle between iLLeY and Sib, but Huke was there to absolutely shred him. Because, of course, Sib's scope going to be looking a little bit too high, looking for iLLeY. Huke attacks him from down low, and 2 quick and easy ones there for OpTic Texas.
And again, we're seeing the power of the snipe, how dangerous that weapon can be. And iLLeY, the man on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, effective on that second round to no end. Another look here once again. The SPX in hand for both sides. A lot more noise being made. And this time, oh dear, another for iLLeY. He has been on form with the rifle this season so far. Seattle Surge, that first blood evaporates.
Yeah, I think he reads the pressure as well, because there might have been a quick chow coming through from down low. But I think right now, especially after you lose Huke, you got to have someone start to make plays. Shotzzy just going to get himself traded out, but at least leaves you in a 2v2. Dashy and iLLeY going against accuracy and Mack.
The Maccuracy duo. They've got a bit of a pinch there. Good job to stop the spree of Dashy. End it immediately. And now, though, oh dear. Can you take care of iLLeY? That's a nice shot. Here comes the pressure. Accuracy's trying to make the moves. Oh, my word. Wait a minute. Deddy now done. They've got no idea exactly where iLLeY's going to be coming from. He's going to hit all of this. And the fight is on now. 30 seconds remaining on the round. Seattle, surely it's theirs.
Well, he at least can get the bomb for free and maybe pick up a weapon. And when I say free, he actually had to pay a pound of flesh to get there. And he already knows Mack can be up top, but the repositioning, the double chow, and perfection there, at least in the 2 versus 1. Out of Seattle Surge. Nice bounce back round. And I think that was the old, you can fool me once, shame on you, but don't fool me twice. No quick plants coming through. A lot of grenades landed on that pathway to shut down Huke to get that first blood. So not a difficult adjustment to make, but Seattle deliver, and I will see if they make the adjustments on their attacking rounds as well. Maybe just not fly out of a window that iLLeY just put a sniper bullet through.
Is that the old saying from Tennessee, Chance? You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. Classic, absolute.
Not
classic.
from, well, not Tennessee, from Texas.
Hey, I'm quoting it verbatim over here, mate. Here we go, another round. Max on a 3. Huke, wow, baby. It's a nice opener from Surge. Seeing Huke taking care of it. Sib and Pred putting in the work. Can Dashy catch any consolation kills here? Trail over up. There's nothing. Pred once again. A blistering round out of Seattle Surge. Disgusting work. Shotzzy's going to play this very quietly. He's running a trophy. It might not matter. Whoa! Damn! Sugar! I nearly said it. Can we get that final kill, Cam?
Was that Simp that got it, or was the guy behind? If that was Simp, that was ridiculous.
Oh! Damn! What a round.
I mean,
That's disgusting.
Hey, Simp the Snake getting it done right there. Also, again, as far as adjustments coming in from Seattle, first round, they played it a little bit slow. Took a long time to make a play. iLLeY picked them apart with the snipe. OpTic was comfortable this time. Just light speed, just flying at players and putting the pressure on, and I mean breaking OpTic down in that round. So tied up 2-2. I think OpTic now might be forced to respond. They got a trophy out, so you can be more aggressive on the cross. 2 players made it out towards the bomb, and accuracy is the lone man as all of his teammates are flanking.
I mean, look, Huke throw one shoulder and take care of him. There it is. Great work. First blood once again. Huke's been the man for that. Pred right back at it. Good teamwork, Seattle Surge. A wonderfully balanced round so far.
Oh, gosh, Pred a little bit too quick for his own good. And, hey, the coordination was there on the double chow, but that only turns Dashy into the double kill man. And that might just seal the deal. As you can see, Simp, yep, in a triangle, in a pinch. And nice little bounce back round. Quick adjustments by both teams. Huke out there making plays on an island, and Dashy responsible for the flank. Absolutely delivers. I think Shotzzy flanking towards the end as Huke died off bomb. But hey, either way, everybody right now contributing. I'm liking what I'm seeing, honestly, out of both teams.
Yeah, honestly. Again, coming into this one, what, a 4 search and destroy losing spree for Seattle Surge, I think it was, Chance. Important bounce back here, and a tough team to do it against in the mode. You're already seeing that existing chemistry, Shotzzy, Huke, and iLLeY. OpTic with a 1-round lead so far. It's 1-6 here in search and destroy.
Dashy playing aggressive towards the middle of the map. Pred playing aggressive down low, though, again wins that first blood against Huke, and you've already got the control. He's enforced back. iLLeY does hit that snipe, by the way. We switched off at a tough time, but he's trying to keep things balanced. The 2 bailout players right now. Shotzzy working himself on the flank, but keep in mind accuracies up top in the clutch spot situation.
Oh, the stick. iLLeY makes it a 2v2. 25 seconds. You have to set yourself up for the defuse. Now they're on top of it. Anyone there to check it? Here for Seattle Surge. iLLeY's got eyes on. Over iLLeY now does land the shot and accuracy. That could be it. Mack, he gets 1. Can't get the second kill. iLLeY's there to save it. What a beautiful bit of work from iLLeY. The kills are all there. Plenty of time to spare on the defuse as well. That was a 2v3 situation for OpTic Texas.
And an interesting view as well. I mean, iLLeY plays it perfectly. Knows one player's down low. That's why he has the Vaznev out and is just shoulder peeking, because he's waiting for the chow to come through those lower doorways. But at a certain point, whoever it was, I guess Shotzzy that hops the bomb just makes the call. Look over me. You got to protect. iLLeY then pulls out the sniper to check the windows, because you know accuracy is going to show up. Nobody's there. He'll chow out the left side. iLLeY drops him. Knows where the first guy is going to be coming from. And I mean, that is an absurd clutch right there for Millie and Shotzzy. And again, iLLeY straight up the bailout with the sniper rifle for OpTic Texas.
4 in a row right now. Oh!
Okay, that is an unfortunate trophy.
What an opener. Pred's going to make this round so much more comfortable right now for Seattle Surge. Can iLLeY disrupt that? And the peak on this, the timing might not be there. Mack might be the man to get it done. And he's got the bomb recovered. There's Mack once again. So good work. This is it, surely. A perfect round from Seattle Surge. A magnificent nade from Pred Sib. Is that snipe to take care of Dashy? Good shots out of Bruce, but surely a 4v1, it should be impossible.
I think iLLeY needed to shoot his own trophy there and just shame it for doing absolutely nothing for his teammates, because you watch 2 players explode and die to a grenade as that trophy's just sitting a couple inches like by his side. Maybe unfortunately placed or maybe perfectly placed nades on the front end enough so the trophies don't actually hit. But
here it is.
Either way, that is the breakdown of the strat. So close yet so far.
Incredible. What a throw. Little bit of COD magic, baby. Pred's got it. Seattle Surge, an important round to get themselves back into this. Only one separating them right now. Can they find the equalizer here, Seattle Surge?
Well, no aggression over towards the B side. You see OpTic have actually stacked that. 3 players were able to pounce if that B plane was ever able to come through. Instead, you have Shotzzy effectively by his lonesome, maybe dealing with quite a few of these Seattle players. And tough angles for everybody.
Yeah, an ankle was definitely spiked there. Oh, Shotzzy. It's an exchange of gunfire. He's going for it. As the hit point advantage there over Mack. Doesn't let him get the regen. Pressures him immediately. Good work. Huke's finding kills now as well. Here comes the aggression again from Shotzzy. Toe-to-toe with accuracy wins the big fight. Now Pred in the 1v2. It's a fast round. It's not over yet. Pred wins a huge fight. A 1v1. Huke's coming around the corner. Didn't get spotted. He didn't. Huke wins it. The spree comes to a close. Map point, OpTic Texas.
God, that was so close to being dead silence magic coming out of Pred. He popped it, made the play. Every one of his teammates falls, but he collects every single trade on the map. Nice little snake for the third one. And I think just unfortunate. Pred, I'm pretty sure, didn't spot Huke when he like flew across like the Xbox. I think his teammates had to call it out for him. But if Pred sees that first, Pred might win that and get the ace and sort of even up the odds. But again, a game of inches is Call of Duty, and OpTic now have a much bigger lead, 5-3. Get that trophy out further. Thank you. And now go for the bomb plant.
It worked that time. Here comes the snipes from iLLeY. Can he get any more this round? It has been a sensational search and destroy from him. Pred, though, on the site. There's the kills up close and personal with aBeZy. Finds one. Mack with a nade. Shotzzy, though, keeping the play alive. Here goes Shotzzy. Another massive kill. It's a 2v1. All down to Shotzzy.
He is flying too. Accuracy, though. I don't know if you read it. I don't know if you get the timing or if you get the gunny. 25 seconds left. He knows he's got to fly out and check this bomb, and he got to check it because Civ is on it. It's going to be close. It's Shotzzy quick enough. You can see the diamond, but you didn't defuse. Civ locks it down.
No,
and keeps it there.
He defused it.
Yeah, we're fine. We got it. Unfortunate reload. Unfortunate
We're still alive. It's Seattle Surge. They bought themselves another round. That would have been something else, man. Out of shots. I think did he see him through the wall? He caught him.
Yeah,
the diamond.
If they're defusing the bomb, you see the diamond through the wall, but then Shotzzy had to like double cancel the reload basically, so it screwed up the timing. But he would have got that, being able to see through walls, if not for that.
Crazy. Nades up once again. Sniper's there as well. Can OpTic Texas steal the round fast? That's the goal right now. You will see the bomb get planted now from Seattle Surge. Huke timing. Sweet as ever. No one covering it. A big blunder from Surge.
At least you get the trade. You get iLLeY off the map. You're feeling a lot more comfortable no matter what. So 3 versus 3. Boomstick down, and Civ maybe now has the opportunity to sort of take his time, play for picks, and if you're playing for picks, that's a good way to start. 14 kills, by the way, for Pred. Talk about the main reason Seattle's had success.
Oh my. Huke, though, forward he drives the spear right now. The nuke making his way into the back lines here of Seattle Surge. They might be able to get the bomb down. Pred's got to get that done quickly. Accuracy none the wiser. Smoked it. Huke may have done it now. It's a 2v1.
And Huke is absolutely locked into this 2 versus 1 as well. And Pred, he's going to get spotted. Dash is going to see him through the truck. And that information is enough. OpTic Texas get it done on aBeZy. And everybody turning into a playmaker for OpTic in that game. iLLeY with the snipes, you already know. Him and Shotzzy clutching the 2v3s. Shotzzy running rampages when he's by himself. And I mean, Huke in that final round, Huke in the first round, absolutely making plays. And I think Dashy able to collect a couple 2 pieces as well in a few different rounds. OpTic get the bounce back they needed in the S&D. And I would say the S&D woes continue from Seattle, but I think ultimately they played the map very well. I mean, you see how they were playing around iLLeY with the snipe, where they're having like Mack dance on like the AC units or the server units up top and like baiting out snipe shots so Simp can try to connect. So I think the game plan and the idea was there for Seattle. They just got beat.
They got beat. A couple of mistakes here or there for them. Not watching that Mack plant in the final moments. So we'll add that to the stat pile. But a lovely bounce back there from OpTic Texas after what was a struggle on Fortress Hardpoint, which they were up 132 to 48 when that comeback started. LSC low control, that'll be the next map we will deal with now, coming up after this quick commercial break. So far, a spicy series indeed, chance. Tons of fun being had here on the Call of Duty League, and I can't wait to see what else happens. First and foremost, so ladies and gents, it is time for a commercial break. When we come back, LSC low control.
Bance to stay alive. Joe does get the kill. Be careful with this. They go for another start. Raiden is going to get a kill there. Scump picks up 2. They're coming around the back. Scumpy with a 3. And he shuts down Splice in one foul move. Cerberus is out.
He's trying to. He hasn't managed to.
Wow. It just shows how well, if you communicate and pinch together. Look at this scoreline. You know, more than anything, I think Splice.
Stays alive in the hill, keeps going.
That's not even funny. How is he doing it? He's cheating. He has to be cheating. It's 26 and 9 out of Scump. A minute and a half on the hill. And this is why people call him the best player on the planet. What a performance so far.
Doesn't make any sense right now what Scump is doing in this game.
We're gonna go, just rotate, guys, just rotate, give it up. Alright. Good job. If you can get that time, that's huge. Yes, boy! Pretty good.
Scump and OpTic Gaming, Hastro. It is mathematically impossible for Envy to move on. OpTic Gaming will be advancing to our winners bracket semi-final. And now the question is, how many kills did Scump put up this game? He's got 33 seconds to rack up a few more, and he's not looking away from the screen, yelling at his opponents, getting his team pumped up. What a game from him so far. Just a matter of time till it's all over. Envy doing their best, grouping on an 8-kill spree at the end, but it's just too little too late.
Oh my God, and Scump, he's just adding more to the, he's just adding more on the total. It's gonna be dirty. It's gotta be at least a 40 bomb. 45 and 22. Scumpy went off that game, and he's so hyped. And there you go, the OpTic fans are loving it.
Is he just trying to back him up, make it on the blazing spring 6?
The curse has been broken. The dynasty has been cemented. They are the greatest roster in Call of Duty history. OpTic Gaming are officially the Call of Duty World League champions.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. Let's get back into the series. We've got ourselves a CDL control just around the corner here. Chance, OpTic Texas. What a bounce back there in the search and destroy.
And this is the part of the series now where it's the biggest question mark for me. I think like the hard points, there's clear-cut good maps for both teams. aBeZy very much in favor of Seattle, They get the job done there. You get the hard point on Hotel. That is very much an OpTic Texas favored map. Admittedly, new roster, so we never really know. But even for the S&D, Seattle now on a 6-map loss streak. So I think that's a bit of the expectation. Control, absolutely not a clue. And obviously for this squad of 4, it'll be our first look on it. I mean, right now the record technically for OpTic Texas is 0-2 on aLLeY, but that is also your say it ain't so map. So is it really? And then on the flip side, 0-1 or 1-0, excuse me, for Seattle, but they've only played it once. So definitely an AR heavy map. Definitely a lot of long lines of sight, and definitely a map of like those moments where you can really jump on that B zone and try to get those stacks in. So that's what you're looking for. Keep an eye out for any of those 3 or 4-man wipes by an attacking team. That's where the business really gets started on aLLeY.
We are expecting stack-heavy gameplay out of both teams coming up on this control. 2 zones, 30 lives to throw at it in each of these rounds. Dashy so far, not a bad look at the 0.83. Things to turn around in the respawns. Of course, that first time around, Fortress was a tough one for OpTic Texas. Search and destroy, right back at it though. In control, let's see how he fares. We can add to those stat lines so far. Interesting series ahead of us, chance. I know a lot of the armchair critics, there's tons of watch parties taking place, and I'm sure everyone's got an opinion on how this roster will go down. Let's find out for ourselves here on Control.
And Dashy will be an interesting player to watch on this map as well, because sort of like thematically, like iLLeY would almost be the Simp counter, especially we saw that on a Bag or Fortress and playing a little bit faster. The 2 slowest players in the league in terms of like distance traveled over time, it is Dashy and accuracy. Right at the bottom of the speed chart, and at the top, you know, Pred's gonna beat to your 5, just straight up opens things up with a 3-piece. That is a very comfortable way to start off your defensive round.
Sweet work on the defense for Seattle Surge. Now Huke is running amok on the inside of the back lines. If he can catch these players out, cause a little bit of damage, he might be able to get onto that B zone a little bit more comfortably. That's where OpTic are right now. Starting to capture the zone very slowly but surely. Huke's spree continues. Good work now. Able to get right back on the point, stop the clock, and keep this going.
Yeah, not a perfect stack though. It's only Dashy by himself, but it wins a one-on-one gunfight between him and Sib, and now Shotzzy, the reinforcements are there. OpTic are going to be trickling in this flood to try to get to this B zone, but I think at this point they're just looking for that second tick before they get too far ahead of themselves. A lot of nades coming through, a lot of damage being done, a lot of attacks slowing this push down, and Duke's doing what he can. They got the second tick. They're keeping the pressure on, and eventually Seattle are able to clear house, get an extra couple of kills, and make sure there's nothing too electric coming through, but already decent stuff coming out of OpTic.
And they're non-stop on the B. You're having to keep Seattle Surge on the edge of their seats this entire time. We have not let up the gas whatsoever. Almost halfway through to finishing the last segment. A big win for iLLeY. A big one for iLLeY. No more to be had there as the boys are going to back on up. Now some space to play towards A for OpTic Texas. Good work out of them. Surge, though, still holding down his field side. Still locking down the defense. Over to A. Now we go.
Yeah, you see very concerned about the field side as well. Playing things a little bit slow on that end. And now Mack forced to just fly into a pinch. And not easy to defend this, but reinforcements are here. Talk about a big gunfight win by Huke in that moment. That could have been a defensive round Seattle could have collected. But now, right now, OpTic desperate to try to add the extra time to the clock. They need this A zone.
For that second segment as well. Great timing from accuracy there on the contest. Here comes the fight. Who's going to peek the corner? Nice nade. They know exactly there. The second segment is gone now. So both of these zones, they are on thin ice. 34 seconds remaining on this one. Huke is going to keep the capture alive. Great work here on offense. OpTic Texas still making it work out. The round is not over just yet. And oh my goodness, you've cut the middle of the map wide open. You might be able to go towards B as well. And here we go. An additional minute on the clock.
And Huke's making big plays as well. Incredibly patient on the point. Now he gets to fly a little bit more and making tough gunfight wins as well. Pred simply can't find them. Hates that there's no red dots, and Huke is now beaming from range with the Vaznev. The front man for the team. iLLeY's picking up extras, and now you stop the clock again on this point, and the third tick's already halfway through.
Huke's been the man on aLLeY so far. The ticks are almost done. The segments, the stack is there. It is over. The first round complete. OpTic Texas take their time and their chances capture both zones.
And Huke has been in elite form. I mean, his stats after the Boston series were absolutely bonkers for the first time playing with OpTic. And even in this round alone, making plays, like the incredible patience that he has when he's standing on the A zone, even when it's contested, doesn't overcommit, has the faith in his teammates to execute on the gunfights. And as soon as he gets the freedom to start making moves on the map, starts gunning people down. And I mean, he had to have had a life where he was live for a minute straight in that moment to go on the 4 spree. I mean, Huke absolutely putting on in that first round.
Disgusting work from him. Seattle Surge now on offense. Let's see how they go. A and B zone, just over a minute to work with, and plenty of lives, but they're starting to get bled out slowly but surely by the guns of OpTic Texas. Here we go. Pred does not let the kill get away from him. Looking for presence here in mid-map. His teammates backing him up as well. Take control of this middle building. You got the pick of A or B. Looks like Pred's trying to cut the reinforcements out once again, going toe-to-toe with Huke.
Yeah, everybody on OpTic Go sees him. He's been spotted on every single one of these crosses. A player saw him up top. Shotzzy saw him going in both directions, but at the same time, he has drawn a lot of pressure on the top/field side of the map. I mean, it's really only iLLeY even attempting to defend this A zone, but I mean, to his credit, iLLeY is getting kills. So Pred is finally repositioned to get back in the mix, and it has been a very slow effort right now for Seattle as OpTic, they've been holding it down.
Big tags. Lamar gets him second. Can he go up against Dashy now? Low HP. Here comes the nade. Forcing these players out of position. Still keeping it going here on the A zone is Seattle Surge. Big stack now. 2 players looking for the third on the way in. That's going to be a massive amount of progress. Less than 30 seconds remaining on the round. Got to hold this down. Lamar can't win it against Shotzzy. That's a big win. The contest is there. It's almost complete. Mack's got to go big, and he does. Stays alive for a moment. Can he win any more fights? That would be huge for Surge.
I mean, good luck with that one. No, he just gets jumped on, and now I think for Seattle, it's a bit scattered, right? You got a couple players down by A, a couple players maybe leaning towards B, and if you're forced to flood on the B zone with 20 seconds left and you don't even have time to get trophies out, this is looking like OpTic in a very strong spot, potentially to go up 2 rounds to none. You still have to win the gunfights, and iLLeY instantly delivers. Shotzzy out here gunning players as well, and now just 15 left on the clock. You need heroics coming out of players on Seattle, but hey, Sib's trying to deliver.
Here's your hero. He's in the zone. He's capturing it now. Second segment, well, first segment gone. Big work. Now you got 1 down either side. You're still trailing OpTic. Of course, you have to capture both these zones if you want defense around 5. We'll see how it goes. Crossfire there from OpTic takes care of Sib. An open zone for now over towards A, but it's Huke, the man of the moment, finally brought down Shotzzy. Here comes the late reinforcements. Accuracy wins it. You're keeping the capture going. 8.4 seconds on the clock, though. You have to stay alive. It's done. The clock is ticking once again. Anyone able to get on B? Yes, they are. We're spinning plates right now for Surge. It's soon to be done. Can they capture A?
They should be able to get the swarm. Yeah, OpTic is going to end up chalking that one up, but keep in mind what OpTic does have is a massive life advantage, 15-8. Seattle, you bought yourself the extra time. You need to slow the pace down. I mean, play it a little bit closer to a round of S&D, because again, you need a clean wipe, accuracy there with a nice start. But there's not a lot of map control that Seattle have at all.
No, but again, in control, you get 3 kills. You're able to stack 2 to 3 players there on the point. You are going to capture that bad boy incredibly quickly. 35 seconds remaining here on the round. There's remaining 6 lives for Seattle Surge. They are bleeding out. It's down to 5.
They're just getting picked apart and chopped along the way, right? I mean, you had Shotzzy posted up in a nice little corner for the protection. You get your TAC 56s, nice and aggressive, and iLLeY is a player that has options. Seattle trying to work around to the flank, but Shotzzy's been posted up in this corner for such a long time. Dashy's responsible for the flank, and your final 3 lives of Seattle looking to do the impossible. But again, how are you going to get past a man like this? Shotzzy should be able to just collect these easy kills and solidify the round. OpTic 2-0 right now on aLLeY.
Seattle Surge just unable to break that last hold they had there. Great work again just to capture one of those zones. They now fully trail by 2 segments in the race towards defense round 5 if we have to get there. But for now, good looks out of OpTic Texas. You win an offensive round, you win a defensive round. We have seen it a lot of times, though, in control. Reverse sweeps do happen. Once you get that win in your sails, once the momentum kicks in, it is very, very possible for a team to just run away with the map. Seattle Surge, the comeback starts now.
And obviously we know the comebacks are possible, because I think what we saw in the initial aBeZy Fortress hardpoint was a guy like iLLeY absolutely balling out. Well, he's doing the exact same thing here, but Seattle, if they can turn it around once, they could try again, but that is not the start that they wanted to have. That is instead OpTic just punching him in the face. I mean, OpTic won the round of attack when Pred opened things up with a 3-piece. Now you've adjusted your break, and OpTic in a much better spot now.
Hyper aggressive in the first few rounds. They were so all over Seattle Surge. They smothered them into obliteration, and now they're doing it again. It's a force brief for Dashy. Get that trophy out of my face. He's capping A alone.
And I mean, look, you got pressure all over the map as well, because it might be a very slow A capture, but Huke in prime position to be annoying, get an extra couple sneaky kills. iLLeY's going to be calling out these players off spawn, and I mean, Seattle, they are being funneled into theoretically easy gunfights. Dashy knows where he has to look, wins the first, and at least the trades come through for the next. Huke still the man alive behind enemy lines, and honestly, the B zone is open. This is the more difficult one to get, and this is where OpTic now have the pressure.
Two-man stack again. It's Shotzzy nearly getting the cap done. Huke's looking to slow down the reinforcements and slow him down. He will. Can he get a kill? That'd have been huge. Big win for Mack. 3 kills now for Surge. It's 3 down for OpTic. Last man alive on the point. Backed on up. This is a great opportunity for Surge. Push the front line forward. Take care of Huke and see if he can win out that next 50 seconds.
This honestly could have been a moment where things just spiraled out of control and would have been dire for Seattle, but now they put themselves in a good spot. And look at how the map is just turned on its head. Now you get Pred behind enemy lines doing what he loves to do best. And OpTic right now has 3 arrows just to deal with him, and he has bought his team so much time. Where now accuracy can be worried about the right side of the map. Mack can just play kill collection. And now you're stuck in your spawn. 22 seconds left to go. You gotta fly towards A.
Incredible stuff. Pred buys you 20 seconds. Mack essentially buys you 20 more. And accuracy's looking to get the next 15 seconds here if you can win this fight. Pred in the prime position now to pounce. There's Dashy. Smokes him. Next man up shouldn't be a problem. Great work, Seattle Surge. A couple of stellar individual plays. And the team has certainly sprung to life. It's 2-1 here in control.
And that is, in effect, a pretty big shutdown round as well. Only a tick comes through on both zones, so 2 combined. Not a lot of success. And again, if you're just paying attention to the minimap, I mean, especially when Huke is behind enemy lines, his teammates get the free run over towards that B zone. That's a minimap that looks like, oh, OpTic are going to win this round, and literally just perfect gunfights. I think it was Sib that was able to pick up a big 2-piece as well. But everyone on Seattle executes. They get the map control, and I mean, a few players for Seattle, you know, the stats don't always look the best when you're playing from behind like Pred, but as soon as you get him in position, that's where Surge start to dominate and ended up taking over that round.
Again, talking about momentum. Let's see if it keeps going. Shotzzy just out of the line of sight there, perfectly obscured there by the balcony. Sib's got no idea he's so close. What a spot to be in. Take note, Mosh Pit and future ranked players. Top side of LSC now all safe and sound. Sib looking to catch these players out. Again, tension. As we slowly start the capture, Shotzzy. That is so annoying. Wow.
You know,
what a pain in the ass.
You do not need to see him to kill him. Shotzzy knows all. I mean, he's showing off that he can see through walls on the embassy, S&D as well, so might as well do it on the control. But looking for some sort of map control right now is Seattle. You touch the point for a second, you just get picked apart. The B zone has been partially left open, but OpTic in position to be able to look at either zone that they need. A nice little spread on the map, and dear God, what a gunfight win by Mack.
That's a flying double lariat right there. Just put Shotzzy on his back. Broke him in half. Still the time ticking. You got 25 seconds. You got to get going. Seattle accuracy is way out.
Oh no.
Way out. He is far and away. 2-piece for him. His boys are on B. Slowly getting this one done. 2-man stack. Accuracy is living for it here. We're talking about the slowest player in terms of space traveled in the league. God. He's done a ton here from the top of this hill. The king of the mountain right now, accuracy. Does anyone have what it takes to rip those pixels? He's just keeps farming them, holding it down. This is the top of Mount Accuracy, and he is its king.
He has just dragged these players so far away. I think Shotzzy eventually got bored and just doubled back, because if you're OpTic, you have to go to this A zone. Like, accuracy is causing problems, yes, but you got to make sure you keep the pressure up. And accuracy legit playing with MW2 spawn traps from back in the day, to the point where now he's rocking the Vast. Finally he dies, and finally OpTic able to make it out to defend the A zone. I'm very surprised Seattle weren't able to convert that a little bit quicker, but they still have the pressure on.
He ran out of ammo. That was his great downfall, man. Somebody feed him. Incredible stuff. That spot has let his boys get into this one. iLLeY now trying to catch out somebody from the top side there of the map. There it is. Mack's going to be the first to go down. Pred straight back into this one. iLLeY again eats him alive. Good work out of iLLeY. Huke there the third. Defensively, they hold. An accuracy pin trap brought down. 4 dead Seattle.
Yeah, and iLLeY looking to collect some of his flowers right now, because in terms of slang, he has been just on a different level coming into this split. And you got Pred trading out kills on Huke, but still that map control goes. Dashy's the man behind enemy lines. A nice swarm on the bottom of the map. I mean, OpTic for the moment have all their bases covered, including iLLeY up top. Flanks on lock. And Huke can see this coming from a mile away.
Oh, but he can't finish it. And they might get the job done. It doesn't. Accuracy somehow.
Okay.
10 seconds remaining. iLLeY once again from atop the tower. He is the man to deal with right now. 8.8 seconds. You've got one player now two on the point, slowly capturing it. Seattle Surge, this is it to stay alive in the map. You've got to go absolutely wild. Here comes a hit from OpTic. Trades in the kill feed. Accuracy versus Huke now on the close left. Huke wins a big one. Can't get the both though. Dachi! Oh my god, Lamar stays alive. The contest, the 1v1. The kills are done. And it should be over. 5 seconds now. Fly, Pred, fly. Anyone able to get in there? No, he went the wrong way. What are we seeing? Pred's in. Shotzzy gets it. Madness. Absolute madness on aBeZy control.
And madness in a way that who knows who the hell was gonna win that round at any given moment. Seattle have you in a spawn trap. OpTic breakout. OpTic have this set up around the zone. Seattle find a way. I mean, we're watching accuracy. Not only spawn trap lock it down, but getting drop shots with the Vaznev as well. But not good enough towards the end. OpTic hold on in a nail biter of an aBeZy control right there, at least for that final round. But again, iLLeY is the guy in my mind that has stepped his game up tenfold, especially when it comes to the slang. 24 and 14 right there. He has been pure class, start of this split, leading in a Major II. So iLLeY's man that has risen to the occasion, obviously playing out of the Toronto Ultra facilities, I do believe. So credit to a few different teams involved, but a 2-1 lead right now for OpTic, playing incredibly well, even with the brand new roster.
Big old family here in the CDL. Everybody helps out everybody. Unless it's in game, in which case we're absolutely going to rip you. But there we go. Highlights across the board here, friends. What a spree from Huke. We saw some nice kill pieces there from Pred. But from Huke, man, I mean, talk about very, very strong positional play. Same from Shotzzy here when it comes to defending this B zone. This is a horror house. Like, it's pure evil. There's so many boxes, so many positions you can hide behind. And those players abusing and using those to the greatest of effect. Good stuff there from OpTic Texas, clutching up in an incredibly tense round.
And even just to talk about the round that OpTic lost, I think if Huke actually wins one of those awkward gunfights against Mack where you're like snaking off by like a grill that's on that back patio, I think OpTic end up just getting the 3-0 there. But even where they fall, they bounce back. Just an awkward situation of like, you're sending in reinforcements to kill accuracy up the hill and he's just like picking you apart. Honestly, kind of miraculous that OpTic held on to that one at all, because again, it's just one of those times you look at the minimap and you're just convinced that one team is going to have the edge, but you never know what's going to happen in Call of Duty. And I think Seattle are not prepared for what happened to them there. As OpTic clutch up on the defense, deliver themselves the extra round. And I mean, more good news for OpTic Texas. As far as the hard points go, 4-0 record on Hotel Hardpoint. That's where we're going next. That has been their bread and butter. So I think if you're an OpTic fan, you are very happy about the way the series has developed, at least after that how Bagger finished.
Crazy. I had this at 3-2 in the old pick'ems. How are the pick'ems looking, chat? Hope you're all doing great so far in today's matches. Very interested to see how this one goes down. But yeah, another hard point now to go. And again, for OpTic, a good thing indeed. Let's see what happens. I'm still kind of peeved. In my mind, we should still be in a CDL control right now. That was an absolute banger. I wanted to see that final round. But hey, you don't always get what you want, do you, chat? But now we're almost ready to get into the hard point charts. High level thoughts again. OpTic seems to be looking very strong indeed. Seattle Surge, is this the comeback? Can they get it done?
They can get it done, but again, it will be very difficult for them. I think Hotel, for both of these teams, they find most of their success on P2 and P3. I think OpTic are one of the very best teams in the game on this map. On just rotations in general when it comes to Hotel, but I mean, what has become almost like a theme for these guys is they always like to win the rotation towards P2, and they're so efficient at just getting a player out into kitchen. I mean, even last time we saw him play against Boston, I think Scump like maybe 2 times around, literally sitting in a corner in kitchen with 30 seconds left on the old hill just to try to set his team up for the rotation. But it's a similar sort of vibe for Seattle where it's P2 and P3 where they had their most success. But I just think OpTic thus far, I mean, again, 4-0 record. They're a little bit stronger on the holds. They're quite a bit better on the rotations. You see second compared to 5th. And obviously, if you have Seattle, who are second overall in the actual holds that they get, Very important to beat them to the punch. But again, P2 and P3, those will be the money makers for both of these teams. That in my mind will be the likely difference maker of if either team just makes the mistake. Like if you could just make sure that whoever gets P2 doesn't chain it, then you can have like a shootout on the rest of the hard points. But both of these teams capable, OpTic especially, at connecting those two hills. And again, if you go on like a 100-point run, you could bounce back on our backer, but on Hotel, it could be devastating.
Good luck, have fun to both our teams as now we get into hardpoint map number 4 here of this series. Towards the middle of the map we go. Shotzzy first man in. Once the smoke clears, let that Vaznev sing, baby. There we go. First verse complete. Second verse still in progress.
Maybe wait for the chorus of the next two hills as well, but this is not an easy one to collect any sort of time on for either team for the moment. And you already see players like iLLeY just going towards the bottom of the map, meeting up with Simp just for like these rotational gunfights. So there's important stuff happening everywhere, but Simp takes him down on that one. And you talk about the rotational game right now, Seattle with the advantage, but with 15 seconds left on the actual hill, 1, this could be decent time for OpTic to get, and 2, plenty of time to work yourself towards new. And unfortunately for OpTic, Simp is just picking them apart on the back end.
He's just on the outside of the hotel, ripping heads. iLLeY's going to try to catch him out. Pred's got the coverage there. Great teamwork. Seattle search back over to Pred now. 1v1 against Huke. Cleans him up. That large lobby, that large, archwayed area is now entirely Seattle Surges. You've got a bit of a hit now from Shotzzy. Sid on the read, makes it a 5 spree. Anyone else wants to step up and have a go right now? The hand is hot indeed. Dashy got his back. iLLeY smoked as well. Nice bit of help there from Mack. Can't give it all to Sid, but he's on a 6. Here comes number 7. Smokes him as well. 8-1 from Sid.
I mean, look, we saw what Simp could do on the embassy when he's getting shot in the back and wins gunfight with snipers. Now you put him in a situation where he just has to L-trigger and look forward. The easiest thing in the world. That is why they are so strong on holds. And again, we talked about sort of the theme, getting a player into the kitchen. Fortunately for Pred, he is trapped. But if he can get one, that's good. If he can get more, that's even better. But he does get traded out quickly, and Sim's going to fall as well. So no funny business there. OpTic locked down the rotation. Nothing too crazy. But again, that is the theme for these rotations. Someone like that trying to make the hero play. But OpTic take care of business. While they got full 60 effectively on P2, they're looking to do the same over towards new.
Good clearance there. OpTic Texas pushing these players back now. Pred right back in the kitchen. He's going to fly. Once again with the hops. Can he get the second kill on iLLeY? Does.
Oh,
massive work, man. He fries them. 9-3. The break is sweet. Seattle Surge. There's 35 seconds to be had here. And here's another strong looking hold.
I mean, he's just different. He makes it look so easy. There's no like cracking the door, throwing a stun, taking your time. He kicks that bad boy in and just pops pieces before you have a chance to like react. Like, Pred is just too fast of a player. And again, I mean, that's it right there. That's like the name of the game. P2 and P3. Pred's the guy that just made the play. Simp is the one that set them up long term. And those two right now with Mack back behind them, I mean, this is just an astronomical lead you have on Hotel where, I mean, maybe I'll eat my words, but I said it before, this is not a fun map to have to make the comeback on.
That's all right. It's currently brewing. Chance. We'll see if that stew comes to play. Both teams still battling for control here. Sib's on a 6 spree. 14-2. I mean, what is this stat line? There's kill number 7 in a row. Sib's still in control. He's got another kill. Shotzzy finally puts him down, but man alive. 10-4 for Pred. 16-3 from Simp. Seattle Surge, they are here on vacay, and they're enjoying themselves in Hotel.
I mean, one of the rare times we actually Simp fall in this map. iLLeY taking him down, but so far Simp is just making himself a highlight reel. And even when he falls, somebody like Mack is there to pick up the pieces and keep you stuck in the absolute blender. Accuracy belly down, able to fry, and OpTic, they can find nothing on the map. I mean, nothing.
Not a kill for what feels like an eternity. Can Shotzzy finally pop this open? Mack's got him. Accuracy. When was the last time someone on OpTic got a kill? Where? I don't know. It was an hour ago. Here comes Shotzzy. There it is. Gets at least one, but Mack's on a spree. Straight into the point. Dashy joins him because once you pop, you just can't stop. Into the point again. This could be a break. We're on for a fight now. The Seattle Surge have got a little bit of climbing to get back into this, but man, OpTic, what a dry spell. Surge have completely drowned them out.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is a spawn from accuracy or if he has been slow working this flank. I guess he does get dealt with. And okay, OpTic able to clean house. I was going to say, Seattle are actually set up perfectly for a pinch in that moment. Instead, they get the clean forward down. You hunt down Pred, and you keep that top side of the map under control. So Shotzzy right now effectively the lone man getting set up towards New, but I mean, he can play corners and be annoying all day. Shotzzy gets to roam. His teammates are just trying to get set up around this New point, and honestly, I mean, OpTic making the perfect play to try to make sure you keep this hard point on lock.
Let's see if OpTic can mount the comeback. In the meantime, let's go for a quick listening now on the other side of the board with the captain of the cruise missile, Seattle Surge.
He's back one wall. Hold on, guys. I can pitch run. I can at least two in the back one wall. At least never mind. Yeah, she's up.
Illa's in the back, one shot. Time, one shot on the left corner, one behind me, kitchen.
Don't look to your right.
Tyler's in the back, yo. He's in the hot corner, the hot corner of time.
I'm flanking back.
One shot square, long wall. Kyler, right side. Nice.
Time, backside, top.
Nice. Front bed. In the corner.
One more top down, left
corner. One shot. That's it.
Nice.
Get that 20. That's good time.
Get that shit, that's big 20.
I'm showing P1. One just went long.
Okay, I spawned bed.
One kitchen on me.
Top, balcony. Nice.
Start kitchen.
I spawned pond.
Okay, I'm holding the right.
Go two.
They're spawning kitchen, I'm in pond. Yeah,
Spawning kitchen.
I'm in pond.
I'm playing the kitchen spawners. Behind me, kitchen dead. Brad.
They're all kitchen.
Red weak dash, he lost. He's out.
Nice. I'll wrap the switch.
One shot, con. Two. One out deep. He's gonna be big arch. Everyone's gonna go big arch.
I'm coming. Con.
Strong comms, a little bit of desperation from either side there as OpTic not willing to let a single second go. Into the next set of hard points, we have it chance. Seattle still with the lead.
Hey, I mean, 50 seconds left on P1, but you already have Pred, eyeing the spawns over towards P2. But for the moment, with the gunfight win by Shotzzy against Pred, OpTic at least on the right side of the map, and that is where the game started to spiral when Seattle just completely took over. And it's the same route for Simp. I mean, he is going deep on the bottom side of this map, so you see the game plan. And I think for OpTic, if you're losing the right side, you're just looking to collect that hill time. Down by about 85 seconds for the moment. Set up to potentially get these final 20, but Seattle are not making this easy, especially as even accuracy flanks are coming through. I mean, OpTic are just like getting put in a trap when they're trying to make this break.
An accuracy flank, I believe, is one of the many signs of the apocalypse. So strap in, ladies and gents. It's happening! 24 and 9 out of Simp, though. He's been the man of the map. It's not over yet. Another lobby's up. Oh, it's a trade. 2 apiece now as both teams still vying for control. Hard point, though, in the hands of Seattle Surge. 1 second at a time. They're going to get this one done. Can OpTic get the break here, or will we see that game 5? iLLeY now making his way forward. The kills are there. Lamar back into the feed as accuracy has been a stunner here on Hotel. And massive shots out of Pred. Not able to finish it at range with the Vaznev. Into the hard point we still go. And oh, baby, it's nearly over now for Surge.
OpTic had the good spawn for a moment. They get picked apart, they break through, but then they just get wiped off the map, and now you're back to spawning on the left side and forced to funnel in towards the hill. And this is just such a devastating spot to be in. You want to fly it old, you want to rotate, you want to do 20 different things, and you are just getting slaughtered along the way. The nade might take a player down, but even for the scrap time, Seattle are going to be, what, 2 seconds away from winning the game? They're just going to need 1 single break on any of the next 6 hills, and Seattle are going to force the game 5.
Dashy can't watch 2 places at the same time, and he gets caught, unfortunately. Mack's there. Hard points up. Kitchen's here. Can Shotzzy hold the line? Wind up punch now from Seattle Surge. Simp has been so good at this one. Pred has been even better at the breaks, now flying forward. Timing good from Shotzzy. Kills are there. Holding down the point. OpTic is still in this.
Good luck with that. I mean, look who's coming through on the flank again. The apocalypse is nigh. Accuracy is in the back trying to get set up. But if his teammates don't win the gunfights on the front, it's not like you really open up the door for that pressure and you buy the time to hunt these players down. So, look, a long way to go for the comeback to actually happen. But so far, it is a good start.
Ooh, a good crossfire. Is the contest. This is big. OpTic on the outside of the kitchens. Oh, wait, the kills are there. That should be it. It should be done. It's over. It's game 5. Here we go. Seattle Surge, don't let it get away from them. A brilliant lead garnered from the mid-game play, and there we go. A late closeout. OpTic Texas, a little bit of work needs to be done there on Hotel Hardpoint, but for now, we see their search and destroy one more time. Can Seattle complete the series here?
I tell you though, the stats I want to see for this map are like the KDs of all the players on P2, and we're look at Sibs because on P2 he took over, and then on P3 how well Pred just did, because those two players on those two key hills in like those crucial moments completely lock things down and set your team up, right? Sib initially, I mean, 32 and 12, absolutely tippable. Leads the lobby in slang as well because he beat out Pred by 3, tippable even further. But the dude goes on like an 8 spree on the first P2 hill. And now even the fact that OpTic won the rotation over towards Kitchen, well, now it's Pred's turn to shine, and he just kicks open the door, breaks through the hill basically by himself. And I mean, those two players just taking turns in the big moments to make the big plays. And I mean, that is why you're responsible for, I mean, 2 pretty dominant hardpoint wins. The first hotel hardpoint loss for OpTic on the year, and I think that is very much a map where they truly felt the pain of not having Scump.
Hey, last time we saw him play what on hotel, it was control against Boston. Scump was frying there, and hey, it was a little different thus far in a hard point. But now we have a quick commercial break before we get to this next matchup. Game 5, OpTic Texas versus Seattle Surge. Let's find out who brought the ice today after this.
I'm here with OpTic Gaming, back-to-back gold medalists. King Scumpy, I got a couple questions for you. Some individual, some team. Let's start with the team stuff. Karma, Crim6, get bronze a year ago. Formal wasn't here. How good does it feel to bring these guys a gold medal?
Well, I told Karma and Crim, you know, I had to carry him a little bit because I beat him last year, so I was a little bit mean to them. But no, everybody played so well. I'm so proud of the team. Everyone just did their role, and I'm so happy to win with them again.
It's amazing stuff. And then individually, man, where do we start? A year ago, you take gold. Season 1 MVP, Season 2 MVP, countless victories in between. Is this the best Call of Duty of your life?
Oh, yeah. This is the best team that I've ever had the pleasure of playing for sure.
Where is your cap? Is there a cap for this team? Are you just going to win forever?
That's the plan, hopefully.
All right, you hear it here. That is the plan from OpTic Gaming. They have looked so strong. Back-to-back gold medals.
Unbelievable first blood. Now the 3 remaining members of OpTic have to now contend with the full might of FaZe. But Shotzzy! What was that angle? The bomb doesn't get planted. Scumpy flies in. Shotzzy on the outside. aBeZy the last one up. And it's Nastie. In front of a sold-out crowd. On their home ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Seattle Surge, OpTic Texas, Game 5. What else did you expect, COD fans? It had to go down to the wire. The debut of the brand new OpTic Texas roster. And Seattle Surge on the downtrend. Tough scenes for them in Search and Destroy. Can they turn it around here in a magical Game 5 moment to win a very strong and I think very upsetting series for many? My pick'ems, though, would be singing, baby. Let's get it. Let's find out a chance what happens now in this Game 5.
It will be interesting because I think narratively, obviously, the hot takes are going to be utterly ridiculous for both of these teams. But I'd say more thematically, this is an incredibly important map for Seattle. Like, I think if you're OpTic on the team, I know the fans will go crazy no matter what direction this one goes. But if you lose your first game as a brand new roster, you'll be like, hey, we had a lot of success against a team that just got second. We have to make improvements. Like, that's all fine. If Seattle go from placing second at the major to the point where if they lose this, they would lose 7 S&Ds in a row, completely falling off. They would be 0-3 so far throughout stage 2 and almost certainly staring down the barrel of a loser's bracket start at the major. So this is an incredibly important moment for Seattle to get the win, to get some success in Search and Destroy at all. So these guys definitely need to turn up.
Well, OpTic fans do love a new direction, but for us, the direction we're heading is Boston, baby. Major 2, the tournament is just around the corner. It's what we're all playing for right now. Scan that QR code for more information. February 2nd to the 5th at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway, baby. We're going to be bringing the Call of Duty League to Boston. We're going to have a ton of fun. Hope to see you there, pals. In the meantime, though, Game 5. Let's get this one done. Let's get it rolling. Let's find out who wins these points.
And I think Simp is absolutely the player to watch, right? Because, again, snipers, no smokes. You know they're going to be present. iLLeY specifically has probably been the second most impactful sniper of this year. Loves to do it on every map. aBeZy, no exception. Starting off with the opening salvo. A couple shots get rung through, but no kills collected just yet. Seattle, though, they're being a little bit aggressive over towards P1.
Yeah, aggression is the name of the game thus far on Fortress. Peek at your own your own concern there, mate. Fred, no, something's up. Just a minute to play with Shotzzy still holding this angle. Here comes Pred. So sneaky, so quiet.
I mean, that's right on the line. You have to be able to see him, right? You have to be able to see him.
Maybe you can't. This is bizarre.
I don't think you can. There we go.
Finally, Shotzzy's first blood now. You're going to see the go button be hit. OpTic in towards the A bomb site. They go. Should be able to plant this bad boy real quick. Max up, Max down. Good work out. Dashie gets himself on the board as well. 4v2. 4v1. All on a Simp.
Yeah, that was a super awkward time to start to exercise in the middle of the map. So Dashie will take the freebie and Simp will absolutely be by himself. No way you're going to clutch this one before. Don't even need to sell this story. Simp just looking for any errant kills you might be able to collect if OpTic overcommit. But I don't know, sort of just an interesting first blood duel, right? With Shotzzy literally aiming exactly at the player, and eventually Pred crawls a little bit too far, but patient play for the first round. Obviously, if you don't have any trophies, you don't have any dead silence, it's not easy to make a play. But OpTic take their time and they get the job done.
Oof. One down. 5 to go for OpTic Texas. We swap sides now. Let's see how things fare on the other side of the board for Seattle Surge. They'll be their turn to attack now here on Fortress.
Obviously working with a bit more options than OpTic had, at least in the round one. You see trophies out and about, so you try to make moves, but again, iLLeY loves to snipe on Fortress. Specifically, they win 53% of the rounds when he's sniping, and the shot doesn't connect just yet, but only 38 when he does it, and the snipe ends up being the bait and Huke there for the protection service. iLLeY right now, Mr. President, and he's got all the help he needs.
Shotzzy tags. Oh, man. Oh, Mack. Nerves are still. Locks it down. Not to be found, though. OpTic Texas, another good round.
Again, 53% round win percentage on this map when iLLeY's sniping, in the 30s when he isn't. And even if he's not hitting the snipes, you see it's just like a bait. You're forced to play around it in some capacity. And when you try to fly out and chow the sniper, Huke again covering over his teammate and make sure you get the second kill as well. But obviously the first bloods are a huge deal as well. OpTic so far 2 for 2.
Waiting to see those snipes hit here on Fortress. Not as impactful as aBeZy, of course, but we do love snipes here in the Call of Duty League. It's very fun. Bomb now in the hands of iLLeY, making his way over towards the A-bomb site again. You're going to see the typical setup now from the other side, Seattle Surge. That perfect line right down the middle of the map. Who's going to get first blood? What? It was nearly Dashy. Well played, Fred.
Yeah, look at this line, by the way, that Seattle has, right? I don't think Fred's ever going to flank through P1. Dashy's got this on lock. It is all about, once you have some sort of information about players crossing to A, 3 players on Seattle ready to pounce, and number 1 and number 3, Simp and Mack are staring at this door, but Shotzzy somehow can at least get one before he falls. Make this a 3v3.
License to be able to turn around very, very quickly, nearly gets out with his life. That would have been the ideal scenario there, but with the bomb planted here in this 3v3, a lot of damage exchanged. Dashy, the flank still remains safe. Now toe-to-toe with Mack, walks right in a Huke, eats him alive. Pred, can he get it? He can. Turns it into a 1v2. Dead silence still popping. He's got time to work with this. Can he find the kill zone? 1v1 against Huke. Here comes the battle, and Huke wins it. 2 huge kills on the round. OpTic Texas, another in the bag.
And that is a perfectly executed round as well. You do get a little bit lucky that Shotzzy somehow, with his reaction time, is able to get at least a kill, because again, 2 players were ready for the trades, but the big thing after that is Dashy over towards P1. He spotted Pred jumping into those tops map windows, and if you can keep Pred under control, if you can stay on top of the intel game and don't let any sort of funny business happen with the dead silence plays, you're good to go. So Dashy might not have won the gunfight, but at least got the information to set his teammates up. So again, well orchestrated from OpTic, and maybe a well orchestrated B hit. They're trying to make the play accuracy, and Mack, they get the first 2 bloods, and look at this over towards P1, but the trades come through, a 2 versus 2, and the map is partially flipped on its head.
It's very unfortunate. It was a trophy kill. 2v2 though. Huke's on that force breeze still, man, trying to keep this going. He's right in behind. Oh, shots are there. We're going towards the B-bomb site, and you might be able to double back and go towards A, because OpTic, are they going to fly forward onto this one? Are they going to have guns up at the ready? We are going to see that bomb get planted. Accuracy, you've got a very important job ahead of you. That stun's going to land. Slow down Shotzzy at the very least. Mack. The bomb squad keeps him alive. Here comes Shotzzy, though. He somehow catches an ankle out. 2v1. Big wins if you can get him. No, it's over. It's going to be 4-0. The 2v2 is done. Zio, bring the ice.
That is kind of an unreal clutch as well, because those are sort of strange situations, and I watched a stun land in Shotzzy's face, so accuracy had to have called out, like, he's at that big archway door, and then somehow whoever planted the bomb, I don't know if it was a foot sticking out or they just caught on the cross, but if you knew where Shotzzy was, that is the player you don't want to feed the kill to, but it doesn't matter. Shotzzy gets it done, and I mean, that is a pretty tough round, because Seattle tried to make a play. They were trying to be creative, doing something a little bit different, and they got the first 2 kills of the round, and I know a trophy helped them out a little bit, but a technical 2v4 clutch right there from OpTic. That is a dagger in your side.
4-0 here on Fortress in the game 5. Seattle Surge, they've come to play, but they have not quite brought the goods. Far from over. That's what the Huke fans want as well. 5-0 for him, yet to drop a life. A true stalemate here across Fortress chance. We are waiting for an opening kill.
And keep in mind, Pred has already made it up top map, so you have to be worried about this man constantly. Dead silence not in yet, though, so it's a bit of a belly crawl for the moment, but it's Dashy I think the player might look for. Or maybe forced to just get these trades, but you give away position and you get traded yourself. Mack, though, finds an extra to make this a 2 versus 2. That bomb not planted yet, and Huke, he goes flying. That's his first death, and iLLeY 0-1 with the snipe, gets the bomb down for free. What can he do?
If he can do this 1v2, I mean, this would be something. He's armed up. Vaznev and a sniper rifle to play with. Nothing to throw. No dead silence. The trophy's still a ways away. Here we go. 30 seconds on this one. We have played around the bomb site. Mack is on it. Might be able to jump on this straight away. Here comes the peek. There's the tags. He has to leave it. Mack doubles back onto the bomb. He's still going for the defuse. This could be massive. iLLeY, is he going to read it? Wait a minute. The damage is dealt. The round is done. Oh, my word. I tell you what, Chance, if he pulled the snipe, that might have been a different round.
I'm not going to be the one to say it, but I was thinking the exact same thing. But I trust iLLeY infinitely more in these situations than I trust either one of us. But it looked like a prime opportunity to try to shoot that little pixel. But I mean, hey, a good attempt nonetheless. Certainly does a good deal of damage. But I think Accuracy was soaking up a pretty good chunk of that. But Seattle finally able to get on the board. They clutch up in the 2 versus 1, and now they got to look for their first attacking round win, and Shotzzy's got the angle. He's got the first tags, and he's got the stun, and he gets the kill just like that. A perfectly executed first blood.
Sib looking to get back into it. A lot of gunfire rattling out towards those archways. If you can get an angle on it. Oh, if he holds this, there's a Shotzzy. Buys a little bit of time just to shoot him down there, keep him off that ledge, doesn't let him get into the top side. Seattle still holding this setup. And there is a sneaky conga line of crouch walking players making their way through cannons right now.
It's just so stressful as well because OpTic aren't making any mistakes, man. They're keeping everything on lock. They got the intel to at least find out where the trophies are, but number 8, iLLeY, he's made it to the back. He's got some freebies right in front of him, and Mack might trade it, but he's got OpTic Texas swarming and hunting him down. OpTic and Search and Destroy, at least on this map, absolutely picking Seattle apart.
And Seattle, they have not found it. They've not found the special source on aBeZy Fortress. OpTic is one more round away from walking away with a Game 5 victory here. Of what a brilliant start for this new roster here in the CDL. Seattle Surge maybe on the downward trend chance, but it has to be said they're still a dangerous roster. Anything can happen, but it's one more for OpTic and we're done.
It has to be said indeed. And already the first blood and the second in the follow through. At least you get the trades, but all you did right there for Seattle was dodge a highlight reel. Huke's got the dead silence, flying out to make a play. You know, accuracy's in the back, and I was going to say, accuracy is isolated, but he wins the gunfight against Dashy. And just like that, aggression on aggression, Seattle might have just made the play.
Seattle might have made the play. Have they? Yep, they've got idea of where the bomb is down. They've got all angles covered. You can't hear Huke, though. Well, now you can. Daddy's finished. Bangs the door. Accuracy knows where he is. Sib's going to hold the side as well. You've definitely got Huke pinned in here. He's got a lot of time, though. He could make a bit of a wrap, but we'll see what happens. 45 on the clock.
Well, that bomb is down on spawn. Sib is staring right over it, and both of these players have TAC 56s, and they're going to be on head glitches. So if Huke wins this round, I'll do something crazy, but that is the perfect start. Now, accuracy still knows where this bomb is, but Huke is locked in.
We'll hold you to it, Chance. Stuns him. Semtex out. Bomb recovered. Damage dealt. Oh,
yo.
Oh my god. It's not over yet. Seattle Surge. The Iceman himself. Unwavering nerve.
Oh my god.
But the nuke cannot be underestimated in any situation whatsoever. Accuracy keeps it going for Seattle.
I mean, it's just one of those unpredictable gunfights. As soon as I see Huke hit a snake, I'm like, I don't know. Like, a headshot multiplier come through as well. Vaznev TAC 56 almost doesn't matter, but accuracy gets the job done. I mean, he had to pick up 3 in that round just to deliver, because keep in mind, they nearly got put on the highlight reel. Maybe we get to see if Pred can be as quick as Shotzzy.
She's got that door covered. iLLeY's completely safe for now. Timing has got to be everything. Love the door pop. Love this. If iLLeY backs up anymore, he's in trouble. Oh, no! He doesn't die. Pred manages to deal so much damage, he loses a Semtex as well. You've got players on the bomb site now. And Seattle Surge ever so close. Shotzzy springs on. It's a massive kill. He's still ticking. He's still slithering. Finally taken care of. 1v3. Accuracy. Can you get it done on your lonesome to stay alive in the series? And the answer is most likely no. Here come OpTic. Here come the Hungry Sharks. And that is the Game 5 victory. OpTic Texas. An absolute bloodbath in Search and Destroy. A clinic in the opening hardpoint and a devastating run of the control. It's a dawn of a new era here in the CDL, and it is off to a good start.
And you have to be happy with that if you're an OpTic fan, no matter what. I'm sure you were clenched after the comeback that happened on Fortress Map 1, but for a brand new team, I'm sure there's a lot to be learned in hardpoint without question. But I mean, the S&D right there, that looked nearly flawless. I mean, everybody's out here making plays. We talk so much about iLLeY with the snipe. He was the least impactful player on the map by a mile, where everybody else on OpTic literally just taking turns, making the big plays, putting yourselves in just incredibly annoying positions on the map. And I mean, OpTic there looking fantastic. Solid stuff on the aCLLeY control as well. I mean, iLLeY's been ramping things up in the slaying category, and I mean, that again, Seattle, they were top 2 at your Major 1. They got 2nd place, and since then, they have certainly felt their fall from grace. Now 7 S&D losses in a row. And obviously, that's going to be incredibly costly. Another Game 5 loss there for Seattle. I think 1-4 in the Game 5s as well. And for those guys, an 0-3 start, it's not guaranteed because maybe tiebreakers, but almost certainly going to end up in the losers bracket come to the new Major. So Seattle in a very tough spot. And OpTic, as far as the record goes, perfect.
Mwah! What a start. Great stuff from them indeed for Seattle. Back to the drawing board once again. Now, though, to a big old drawing board for us. It's the wonderful folks on the desk. Share with us. Impart your insight, pals. What a series it was.
Thanks, Miles and Chance. Great series here. If you're an OpTic fan, it goes the 5 games you wanted to see. For Seattle Surge, a heartbreaking finish. And you can tell how frustrated the players were. Mack rage quits. You see Sib, camera down. Accuracy, camera down. This team was looking so clean in hard points, but their searches were abysmal in this series.
Yeah, I mean, it's super frustrating as a player, like when you're losing search and destroys like that, particularly when you're losing that Game 5 Fortress, a map that you've played so many times now that you can't seem to win. I wish I could sit here and just be like, they're doing X wrong, but it's multiple things throughout that. We saw Dash get through on just way too easy on a flank early on in that game. We're seeing Pred get blooded. Before, he was at least getting bloods on Fortress. This time, he was getting picked apart because there's so much VOD out there. The players know what you're going to be trying to do. I'd like to see them like swarm that bomb site when they're on defense early on, like try to make plays happen together as a unit. A lot of things to be worked on over there. I mean, that first search and destroy, there were some good opportunities, I'll be honest. Okay. Round 6, it just blew up, but that last one, man, it's painful to watch on the side of Seattle.
aLLeY, during the hard points, you were making some airplane noises. I don't know if those were meows. Something was going on, though. And you went to our editing team and you're like, get me that clip. What did you see? What do you want the fans to relive?
Well, so I wanted to relive that map 1. Of course, Seattle couldn't close out the series, but it was the game-winning moment for them. They were down so much. I mean, this was an over 100-point comeback, and it was this Fountain Hill. They did not have rotation. OpTic were the players here early, and it was actually Huke that was going to be the opening kill that was at top maps, waiting for the first player to push in through gate side, and it was Sib with the TAC 56 in hand that just guns him out of it. This is almost a full 60 for the Seattle Surge and puts them in line to win this map 1, but unfortunately for Seattle Surge, I'm just looking at that Game 5 Fortress and I'm like, why are we here again? Why are we in this situation again? I feel like me, myself, and the fans of Seattle Surge and the community want to know why we keep going into map 5 Game 5 Fortresses.
Well,
yeah, maybe
it
work on the picks and bans. Maybe, as Chance said, like 7 losses in a row. It's more than just that map, right? Matter. Looking at the big picture, though, OpTic coming in here with just, what, 3 days notice? Scump retires on Monday. So you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get blown out in the hard points, but you clutch up in games 2 and 5. Is this a new dangerous squad to look out for in search and destroy specifically, Ann?
Yeah, you know, I was excited about this OpTic team even with their last iteration of the roster in search and destroy. What we seen in that last match, they look great. And bringing Dashie back into the team, like Dashie is an unreal search and destroy player. And this is a great round, you know. In this one, we see Seattle, they get the first 2 kills. Pred gets through orange, and then they get bombed down in a great situation. But iLLeY and Shotzzy, like, they just make the plays here. iLLeY goes Shotzzy, hop the bomb, he hops it, he trusts him. The anticipation's there. They find the guy, wrap around through hedges. They know the other one's got an SMG, probably going to be an orange or flanking around, and they wait for him to come through and challenge. So just big rounds. I think that's the round that sort of blew them up in that game, where OpTic's like, okay, we're running away with this one.
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out on the Seattle side to Pred and Sib. If you looked at their game 4, 60 kills, 48 of those go untraded. The skill is there. They can run it back on land, but as the caster said, it's looking like they may have a lower bracket start. For a team that could start in the upper bracket, and a man who could be on the main stage bright and early in Boston, we got Bruce back in action. Dashie, welcome to the show. I was so worried when you got brought out of the lineup. We went over your numbers and we said, how does this happen? You're back on and the team looks like they're frying specifically in search. What was this week like for you, and what did today's win mean to you specifically?
Yeah, it's definitely been a crazy week in my life for sure, but it's good to be back. I love competing, so just grinding with the team every day. We're just trying to get better, and I'm glad we could pull with the W this series.
Were you worried about Seattle at all coming in? Did you have a specific player you were looking to shut down? What was the team's talk coming into this matchup?
We didn't really have a specific person to shut down, but we just played our game, just trusted it. I mean, we only have like a couple of days of reps, so not much, just kind of playing to our own like flow and rhythm, so glad it paid off.
Yeah, and congratulations with only having a couple of reps and getting arguably a pretty big win. Even though Seattle is really bad this stage, they still placed second at the major. And when it comes to you guys in Hardpoint, obviously it wasn't the gameplay you probably would have hoped for. But again, is that just the team chemistry that's going to be gelling on later on for you guys?
I'll take some blame for that. I mean, my HP is a little rusty right now, but I'm glad that my teammates are disgusting and absolutely carried me to map 3 so we could Neslo. So shout out to my teammates.
Brandon, man, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, man. You know, you're off the team, now you're back on the team, Seth retired. What was it like when you got that call, bro, and they're like, we want you back on the team? Like, how'd it feel, and what are you going to bring to the squad now that you weren't bringing before?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely crazy when I heard the news for the first time that Seth was retiring. It's kind of, I don't know, you have so many emotions. Obviously, like, I feel for Seth because, I mean, I played with him for, what, 4 years?
Yeah.
But I'm obviously also excited to compete again because it's, I don't know, it's like a little bit of, it's like a bittersweet, but I'm just glad that I got the opportunity again, and I'm just hoping to make the most of it.
Dashie, amazing stuff. It's so great to have you back on the show. For any of your fans that have been supporting you along the way, what do you want to say to them and the rest of the Green Wall?
Love you guys. Appreciate the support. And we're grinding every day. We're trying to get better for you guys. So hopefully pull through.
All right, man. Well, go hop on Scump's watch party. I want to see you there sitting next to him on the couch. Over 75K watch it during this match. That is Dashie. Welcome back to the CDL, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, that is Dashie. He is done for the night, but we have another match to go. We want to remind you, you can be supporting these teams and their players. Get your gear right now. Shop.callofdutyleague.com. And it's not just the gear you can wear out and about. You can also get it in-game. Allie, what are you rocking? Which skin these days?
I'm rocking the Toronto Ultra, actually, because Toronto Ultra gave me a code, and also look at that jersey. I love the maple.
Dude, I'm rocking the same exact skin.
Hey,
yo, that skin's fire, dude. That purple stands out.
The in-game camo is available to everybody right now. If you grab it, some of the money goes back in the team's pockets. You'll love to see it. We're looking at it. You guys are all rocking the Ultra. Chat, let me know. What are you dropping in with in Warzone 2 tonight after the matches? It's going to be a fantastic day, and the watch parties continue around the world. The Flank's been live since the beginning, and we have a brand new king on Twitch today. Scump nearing 6,000 sub train. Ridiculous numbers. 12K subs on your first day of streaming back. We love to see it, Scump. Thank you all for tuning in. When we come back, we have an epic showdown. It's going to be Toronto Ultra taking on the LA Thieves, and there's a brand new fourth filling in. We'll tell you about them on the other side of this break.
So he's got to get the kill. Gujar's got to find Clayster. Clayster's going to look, and he gets the kill, and OpTic Gaming wins it. OpTic Gaming, your X Games gold medal champion.
What a performance here from OpTic. They will take the first ever MLG X Games gold.
Wow, what a search game. That was the best search game I've seen in such a long time. Team Caliber, an amazing play by them. They played tremendous. You guys have to give it up for Team Caliber too, who just played very well. And Neslo, what Neslo did there was nothing short of amazing to keep his team in the game.
What a performance by both of these squads. Team Caliber, the underdogs, making it all the way to the gold medal match, facing elimination. Neslo going huge time and time again. But in the end, Clayster will seal the deal with the final kill. OpTic Gaming takes X Games gold.
And Nate Shot's first MLG championship. Clayster, Scump, and Proof have already won one before, but Nate
wants to get into a better position to be able to pick up these streaks.
And there it is, 7 streak now, but still 25 off. Scump erupting with a massive game here. Wrapping the edge, he gets the points. There's the full streak.